I don't think Gen Z is lazy. I don't think we're entitled. I don't think we're broken. I think we're told a version of reality that just doesn't exist anymore. And you know what the strange thing is? Most of us didn't really realize it right away. We followed the plan, did what we were told, and only now are we starting to notice something feels off. And once you notice it, you can't unsee it. Sit with that feeling for a second. And it explains why so many people don't feel lazy or unmotivated. They just feel confused. Because if you trace it back, almost all of us grew up hearing the same advice: go to school, get decent grades, get a degree, work hard. Everything's going to be good and you'll be happy. If you do all this, life's going to eventually fall into place. Not instantly, but eventually. Now, it wasn't evil advice. It belonged to a different economy where effort lined up with the outcomes. Because today, nearly 46% of Gen Z adults still rely on financial help from family just to cover basics like rent and groceries, even while they're working. That's not a small group of people. That's a huge portion of the generation. Now, you see, that's where the promise starts to crack. Because when we actually stepped into the real world, things didn't play out the way we expected. Going to school turned into debt, degrees turned into entry-level jobs that barely even cover rent, and full-time work still turned into being broke. You do everything you're told and you still can't save, you still feel behind, and you still feel like one emergency would just topple everything over in a heap of stress. At first you might blame yourself. Maybe you didn't work hard enough, maybe you picked the wrong path, but over time the question starts to change. You stop asking what you did wrong and start asking something quieter. Was it ever supposed to work? Was the system designed like this on purpose? Half of Gen Z adults still rely on help from family. Not just a few people that are struggling. It's common. What changed wasn't effort, it was the cost of everything. Housing and basics are more expensive. Assets inflate faster than income. Entry-level jobs are becoming permanent. Ladder didn't disappear. It just quietly moved up while we tried to climb in it. This is why so many Gen Z adults are cutting expenses. They're trying to change jobs, negotiate pay. They're still staying barely afloat. It's not like we're not doing anything. It's just that we have to adapt in real time because things are changing, not in our favor, all the time. And this is exactly why old advice starts to feel disconnected. Because just grinding harder, quote unquote, doesn't guarantee stability anymore. You can work full time, do everything right, and still feel like you're barely keeping your head above water. So when somebody says just work harder, it doesn't feel motivating at all. It just feels out of touch. And it's not that we don't want to work as Gen Z, it's that we want to work where it'll actually lead us somewhere again. Especially when over half of Gen Z report they don't even earn enough to live the life they want, even while they hold a job. This isn't the reason why we don't want to work. We're not demotivated. It's the fact that we're not getting rewarded for the time that we're putting in. And that disconnect lasts long enough, burnout starts to show up. Burnout used to come after success. Now it comes before it. You're stressed before stability, you're tired before momentum, and you're burned out before you even feel started. Many people are cutting social spending, dating, or even seeing friends just to afford basic needs of life. We're not trying to indulge, it's just a matter of survival for us. When effort stops leading to progress, people don't suddenly become lazy. They become disillusioned. That's where the apathy comes from. That's where the detachment comes from. That's where all these nothing matter jokes come from. It's not our entitlement, it's just protection. When we continuously care about something and it keeps letting you down, it's hard to care and you just stop caring. Because guess what? It hurts us less. Once you connect all of this, a realization starts to form. Gen Z wasn't sold motivation. We were sold certainty. We were told that if we went to school, did well, got a job, things would work out. Now we're living in uncertainty while being told it's our fault for noticing it. Even though 72% of Gen Z say high living costs are a major barrier to financial success, and are actively trying to adapt away. But guess what? It's still our fault. Now, this video isn't about giving up. It's about being honest where we're starting from. We're all on equal footing. We're all struggling. Because pretending everything still works the same as it used to doesn't help anyone. Acknowledging reality isn't the weakness. It's the first step towards us adapting and overcoming this. We adapt to our goals and make a timeline, and we can even adapt to what success truly looks like. Most of us didn't notice this at first, and we followed the rules, trusted the system, and now something's off. Here's the thing. Noticing it is the first step toward figuring it out. Problem isn't the effort that we're putting in. Problem is the cost, and the systems have shifted so much and nobody's fully explained to us what's actually going on. I think a good approach is to start mapping our current situation. Small steps like tracking spending or identifying where your money goes can reveal a lot of options that you didn't notice before. I want to hear what's one thing that you've done that's dramatically helped your spending. School and degrees still matter, but they no longer guarantee your independence. Entry-level jobs pay less relative to cost than they did for the older generation. Housing and essential expenses take a bigger chunk of income. Confusing, it's frustrating and exhausting, but it's also solvable. We approach it calmly and strategically. One of the things that I've considered after you get some experience, get a different job that pays higher income, increasing your income streams, digital freelancing, get different skills or side hustles, or just do something that fits your genuine lifestyle and your interests. Have you found that a side hustle or skill has increased your income? What's your experience with that? I know Gen Z is full of hustle culture because we're just trying to make a living for ourselves. The honest truth is, we can't control inflation or systematic shifts, but there is things that we can take control on. Even tiny actions that we do every day, they're going to compound for us, such as reducing unnecessary expenses, negotiating your salary or your pay, or learning skills that are in demand. All it takes is starting with one small single change. Maybe cooking at home more, starting a savings plan, or learning a high income skill online. It's easy to feel like you need to grind constantly, but when the payoff doesn't match the effort, burnout sets in. This is where a lot of people quit. And for me personally, this is where I quit too. I used to make videos a couple years ago and I just did not find the motivation to do it anymore. So I've personally firsthand felt this. Something that really helped me is that I just treat my energy like currency. Sleep, movement, working out, and downtime are all investments in your overall health as well. Increase your effectiveness, your creativity, and your resilience to not quit when you really want to. This can all help achieve your long term goals. It can be hard balancing your work, your personal life, money, your social life. It's hard. I want to hear how you guys balance it. For me, it's hard to say, but I've had to sacrifice a lot of my social life to achieve things that I want to achieve in life. Can't always do everything, and don't be so hard on yourself and feel guilty about things when you don't want to do them. We've been sold the lie of certainty. Go to school, get a job, and you'll be fine. But you know what? The good news is certainty isn't required for you to take control of your own life. You can redefine what success means. Stability, whether it's learning, you want freedom, have a community, all wins every single month. Whatever you think will help you get to where you want to be. It's small increments. It's not going to happen overnight. Even just starting with 3 to 5 attainable goals for the next 6 to 12 months. It doesn't have to be that many, and don't feel like you're falling behind. But if you set personal goals for yourself, then that's something to work towards. That's something that you can set your mind to and use your energy towards. Personally, I've had to redefine what success is as well. I always thought it was, driving that supercar, getting rich, all that kind of stuff, all that stuff that I've bought into from being on social media and seeing other people do it. But for me, it's, living a healthy, wealthy life and having a nice family and building a community on YouTube. And that's what I want to do. So don't be afraid of what you want your version of success to look like. Don't be afraid. Chase it, follow it, give yourself something to work towards. Life is a lot harder than the story that we were told, but that doesn't mean it's hopeless. We can take control where we can, grow where we can, and support each other where we can. It's about adaptation, small increments to work towards, and not blaming each other. You're not lazy, you're not behind, you're just learning a new game, new rules, and that's a skill itself. It's the game of life. Don't feel like you're behind and have it all figured out. Life is just like a game. First, you have to learn the rules of the game and then play it better than anyone else. So that's a very famous quote by Albert Einstein. In this case, the lie that they sold us, the lie of certainty, the lie of just going to school, getting a job and working, and you'll be happy. We have to navigate our own life and what's going to make us happy, not play by the rules of anybody else. We have to adapt new rules, and instead of blaming yourself, always look for another option. Comment your thoughts down below. I read every single comment, and I want to get a discussion going. If you like the video, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.